Hey, I get to do the announcements this evening. I am so excited. We have, how many? We have 28 here. So that's exciting. Hello to everybody. All right, number one, um, our makeover contest, which I've been working fast and furiously on, ends August 31st. Now, there are five ladies, five of our customers in this contest are going to win $5,000 Visa gift cards. Who knows who it is? But I'll tell you who it won't be. It'll be the customer that you don't enter. So you've got to enter the contest to be eligible. And I've just been amazed. I sent it out by email to my customers, and I immediately had several people register for it. And then I just posted something on my Facebook page today, and two more came in without me even asking them. And so it is something that they're interested in. And so, if one of your customers wins, you win the same prize. So who could use a $5,000 gift card from Mary Kay? Okay. All right. Number two. Oh, and if you have questions about that, ask them in the chat. Somebody will answer them for you, I'm sure, or talk to your director. All right. The next announcement is Star Consultant ends September 15th. So you have about a month yet to finish it out. So you can find out where you're at on Star Consultant on your My Business page of InTouch, or ask your director. She knows. You also might see a splash page on when you go to InTouch. I know Lisa leaves it up every time she goes. She doesn't say, don't show this again. She keeps it there so that every time she goes into InTouch, it tells her how much more she needs to be a star this month. So I think that's a pretty good thing to do. It takes 1,800 wholesale in a 3-month period, and our periods are not from the first of the month to the end of the month. It's the middle of the month. So it started June 15th and it ends September 15th, or it started June 16th and it ends September 15th. And it averages $300 weeks. So if you get your weeks up to 300 every single month, you will always be a Star Consultant. Did I say 300 every month? I meant every week. If you do 300 every week. Okay, that brings me to the $600 consistency that the company is trying to get us to do. Because if you do $300 in retail sales a week, you will need to order 600 wholesale every single month. And that it all works together for Star Consultant. Star Consultant, they always said, was your report card in Mary Kay. And I think, is it 50? When you've been a Star Consultant 50 times, they give you that beautiful diamond ladder of success. Is it 50? I think. Okay. Well, I think it is. All right. 3 to 5 faces a week will start building your business so that it's easy to do $300 in sales each week. And then if you add 3 interviews to your $300 in retail sales, then you're starting to grow your business to the point where you'll move up to Red Jacket, you'll move up to Team Leader, and on into DIQ if that's where you want to go. Now, this is halfway, the 15th is halfway through the month, and many of the units are doing a promotion. If you do 300 wholesale by the 15th, then you've got half of your 600 already done. So I just want to remind those of you that are in a promotion like that, that Friday is the 15th of the month when the 300 would need to be in. Okay. It's fall retreat time. Mary Kay always said we should go to something quarterly. We should go to seminar in the summer, career conference in the spring, a fall retreat in the fall, and January jam or something like that in January, just to keep us motivated, keep us learning, and keep us together. And so talk to your director if there's any fall retreats in your area. We posted on the Fearless app the information to the ones that we knew of, like the Jill Davis one in Kansas City that many of us are going to participate in. So if you guys have one, you know, any directors, if you have one that you want your girls to know, I could also post a flyer about that. I wanted to mention about a Bible study, and Jana, would you unmute yourself and just mention it, please?
I would love to. Okay, so there is a Bible study that we've been doing a director Bible study since 2020. And so there's some amazing leaders that started that, and it's just for independent sales directors. Well, recently we started one for independent beauty consultants, and it is a non-denominational Bible study. So it doesn't matter whether you're Lutheran or Catholic or Baptist or whatever it is, as long as you want to learn more about the Bible. This Bible study is called Experiencing God. I have personally done this Bible study like 3 times, maybe 4, and it is so good. And so you don't have to know anything. There are people that are joining the Bible study that have never done a Bible study before, that don't even own a Bible, nothing like that. But if you want to, you're welcome to join us. And so reach out to me or your independent sales director, or we will post a flyer in the comments here in a little bit, okay? And it's going to start on Sunday night, and I'm going to be one of the small group leaders. But let me just tell you, the big group leaders, they know way more than me, okay? So, but yeah, there's no pressure. It's pretty amazing.
And the flyer for that is also on the Fearless app, or the Raising the Bar app. Okay, the next thing I want to mention is that the price of the repair skincare sets are going to go up on September 16th. They're going to go from regularly $215 to $225. So, you know, it's always smart business to buy low and sell high. So if you want to get a few of those repair sets before the price goes up, then as soon as that price has gone into effect, you can sell that same set at the higher price and pocket an extra $10. The price of the regular individual items like the lifting serum or the foaming cleanser, those are not going to go up in price. It's only the box set. Okay. And then finally, I want to mention what I've been excited about all week, and that is the AI powered foundation finder tool. Have any of you scanned your face yet? Yes. And if you don't know about this, you can go to your website and it's right there. It's the first thing on your website. Or if you don't have a website, which I wish everybody in my unit did, but if you don't, just go to marykay.com and it's right there. I have scanned my face multiple times, and because I've just been shocked at what it tells me. So tonight I have on the color that it has recommended the most, which is not a color that I have ever used prior to this week. And you know, it probably is a very good match. Now, I would say that your best practice in doing this is to have your phone and stand in front of a sunny window. And each time you do it, you want the same type of light, because it'll give you better results. And I have literally gone outside and faced the sun and done it to get good lighting. Natural lighting is better than artificial lighting in your bathroom or something like that. So, and this is for our customers, and it's just really a great tool. And you can send samples to your customers when they tell you what it says. All right. Let's go right into recognition. In our number 10th place, Laura Pinnell out of Linda Sigel's unit with 277 points. Woohoo! I got to get my little pom-pom here. And in the number 9 position, Elizabeth Bevel, I'll probably not pronounce things correctly, Allison Carter's unit. Woohoo! And then Marianne Lamastus in the Judy Roman unit is number 8 at 403. And number 7 is Elaine Kozelski in Allison Carter's unit, 440. Des Prockish and Janice Strunk's unit is number 6 at 646. Number 5 is Jenny Elkins in the Linda Sigel unit with 1,281 points. Number 4 is Lori Parks in the Janice Strunk unit at 1,376. And number 3 is Tony Kelly in the Janice Strunk unit with 1,685. And I want her to come on and tell us how she did that.
Hi, parties.
Parties, yay.
Yes, I had actually 2 appointments. One was a mom-daughter, and then I had a party with 3 ladies. One of them booked a party. 2 of the ladies purchased products. And then on our career call, I had 2 ladies that listened to the facts and 1 signed up under my team.
Woohoo! Yay! That is excellent, Tony. That's the way we do it. All right, in the number 2 position. Oh, go ahead.
Ladies that I'm gonna have a career call with her too. So more to come.
Okay. You may have a new team member there. That's awesome. Great. Okay, in the number 2 position with 1,928 points is Lisa Schreck out of the Donna Scott unit. Woo! Okay, Lisa.
This week I placed a pretty good size order myself, and then just also following up, I'm trying to be really diligent about that. And if somebody said they were going to order, but they need just a little more time, then I'm not letting too much of a window, which I usually try to book a meeting from the meeting, and have a set time I'm going to call. But so I'm going to get better at that too, but mainly just following up and getting some outside orders.
All right. I'm going to add to that, Lisa, just a little bit. When she said a pretty good sized order, she has accumulated 600 wholesale so far this month, but her retail sales are $1,200. So she had to order 600 in order to support $1,200 in retail sales. That's the way it's done. She had a facial last week, right? I mean, not a facial, but a party with 5 women last week? And so that's how we do it. Sell the product, order more. Great job. All right, in the number 1 spot, Peggy Richmond out of the Judy Roman unit with 2,256 points. Woohoo!
Where is she?
You want me to say something?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, in Mary Kay, we have the saying to shoot for the moon and you're bound to land among the stars. Well, I have this goal that I've set and shared with Judy and with Becky Osborne, and it scares the duty out of me. I'm going to tell you, I'm just going with it. But all I did, I had several appointments already on my books, but I'm a month behind because I let July go with I think a $13 order and no appointments. So I have to double this up in August to get where I want to go. And so it's a matter of planning, working the numbers, not procrastinating, which I am the world's worst procrastinator in all the world. Trust me on that one. But Judy says just do the work and procrastination will take care of itself. So that's what I'm doing. Booking, holding facials, classes. I'm working every avenue. Everybody gets something from me about this opportunity. And ladies, we'll just see where it goes.
All right. Good job, Peggy. Congratulations on being queen for tonight, for this week. That's awesome. Now, I forgot to mention something in our announcements, and that's the earrings, the consistency earrings from the company, where if you did a 600 in July and a 600 in August, you would win these earrings. And we already have a winner. Jana, who was that?
Lori Parks.
All right, Lori, do you have those earrings?
She does.
Yes, I do.
Oh,
Yep, they came in my order.
And-
Today. Yeah, they're really cute.
Adorable. They are adorable. Okay, so anyone else? Let me just change the view to gallery. Anyone else have already earned these earrings? Okay. Okay, now who placed a 600 in July and you're planning to do a 600 in August to earn those earrings? Okay, all right. So it's consistency. Those who did not place the 600 in July can't earn these, but the company is going to do this again. So let's see, July, August, September, and October, it's going to have another prize. So just get a mindset that you're going to do that. And then November and December, there will be a third prize. So they're doing this from July to December. So congratulations to all of you who earned those earrings this month. So woohoo. Okay. At this time, it is time for our training. We're going to have a little bit of training from Linda Sigel, and then we will split up. We'll have questions and things that you can ask the last half of the program. And at that time, the girls will go into the breakout rooms who have earned that right to do that. So take it away, Linda.
All right, I set my timer. And I want to point out, if you did not order 600 in July, pretend that you did. And order 600 in August to be in the habit of ordering every month. Don't say, yeah, August doesn't matter because I didn't do it in July. Don't do that in your head. Act like it matters, because it does. You want that consistency. And just because one month didn't work out does not mean you throw in the towel and start over in September. So that kind of goes with our affirmations tonight. We are going to be talking about positive affirmations, but it's very important to recognize when we say negative affirmations as well. So affirmations are statements, in case you aren't familiar with affirmations or you think, oh, that's kind of crazy. Just because I say it doesn't make it going to happen. Well, affirmations are statements we say to ourselves that can shift our minds in ways that can make us feel better or worse. In other words, positive affirmations or negative affirmations. They don't make our thoughts come true, but they help us think in ways that make our lives better if it's a positive affirmation. It helps us to change negative thoughts and behaviors. Have you ever done something silly and said, oh, that's just like me? Anybody do that? Or I always do that. Personally, drives me crazy when I hear it. I want to grab some person and say, no, 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 that is not like you. You do not always do that, because what you're doing is just reinforcing in your brain that you always do that. An example is, Peggy Richmond, I want you to change your affirmation. You said, I'm a procrastinator. I'm the worst procrastinator, and I always do that. No, you aren't. No, you aren't. You're not a procrastinator. And so you want to, I jotted that down when you said it, so I'd remember to give that as an example. Sometimes there's the things that you don't even think about, like oh, I always do that, or I'm a procrastinator, or that's just like me. What you say instead is, isn't that strange? I never do that. Or that's really unusual. I never have things like that happen to me. And that is forming that crease in your brain that believes that your brain believes anything you say, negative or positive. And that's why it is so important to be so careful of what you tell yourself. And you can say it out loud, but you can also say it in your head. So watch that self-talk. And it's the sneaky things. I mean, there's some things that you would say that you'd go, oh, that's definitely negative. I should not have said that talk. But the thing of, oh, it's just like me, or oh, I'm a procrastinator. Those are sneaky things, I think. Sneaky things that work into our conversation that seem kind of innocent, but really they're not. Neuroplasticity studies have shown that the brain can grow and change even in adulthood. So it's not too late for us. We can change our brain. The more we repeat positive affirmations and have positive thoughts, the easier it is to have these thoughts in the future. So in other words, if we get in the habit of saying it, pretty soon, it becomes automatic to say that. I never do that when we do something that maybe we often do. We just want to say it the other way. Positive self-talk is instrumental in what happens to us. Positive self-talk is conscious. Listen to these words: conscious, mindful, focused, and intentional. Those words mean to me on purpose. So we need to be on purpose with the words we let out of our mouth and the words that we say over and over in our head. It can turn lives around, change self-doubt to self-belief, replaces fear with determination and strength, gives us ability to move mountains in the face of adversity. And we're not talking about little Pollyanna positive here. We're talking about changing the way we think to move ourselves towards our goals. Your brain imprints all of your thoughts and statements, believing whatever you say, like I just said a little bit ago. Yikes. We've got to be careful what we tell ourselves. We want to erase those negative pathways and create positive ones. And if you find yourself getting caught up in negative self-talk, positive affirmations can be used to combat those subconscious patterns and replace them with more positive statements. So you may be wondering, how does this fit into my Mary Kay business? And I'm telling you, these things are so important just in life in general. Listen to your family, listen to your children. It is so important that they know to say positive things to make a difference in their own lives. And it starts so early. Think of a couple of my early statements here. When you're working your business, do you ever have self-doubt? Think, well, I'd like to do this, but man, that is so big. And I don't have what so-and-so has. But if we change that around, we're giving ourselves positive affirmations about things we really have doubt in. And sometimes when we write these things out, we feel like we're telling ourselves a story, but we say it anyway. And before you know, your brain is going to believe it. Or what about fears? We have a lot of fears, I think, in our Mary Kay business. Maybe fear of talking to somebody you don't know, or maybe talking to someone you do know, or talking to anybody. And we have those thoughts of fear. I'm afraid to do that. I'm afraid to walk in and ask someone if I can put a facial box. But you can say, I am great at putting facial boxes out, and I know these people are going to love having my business inside their business. So that's where the self-doubt, the fears, where we can turn those things around, because wouldn't you agree those are things that really have an effect on our effectiveness? I mean, it can stop us cold for quite a while. So when you are forming positive affirmations, you want to say your affirmations out loud. You want to use present tense, as in I am. Do not highlight the negative. Don't say, I don't do this, but I do this. Just leave the I don't do this part off. You don't even need to repeat that. Choose meaningful affirmations. Make them I am statements. I am a booking machine. Use words that tell your positive emotions. I joyfully book new women every single day. I am excited. Doing this makes me smile. So those are positive emotions. You may feel silly or even like you're a liar, but it's not true. And you're telling your brain the positive things. Recording yourself with positive affirmations and then listening multiple times a day is a wonderful way to get your positive thoughts in your head and moving you forward. So back in the olden days, we recorded on tapes. And now you can maybe do a voice memo on your phone and save it and then just keep listening to it. You can also create a vision board to go with your positive affirmation tape. So you're listening and you're hearing things. And I have no idea if this is a good thing or not, but the store Five Below popped up an advertisement and it has a vision board packet. So evidently a board and then a bunch of things you can put on it. I haven't seen it. I don't know what it's like, but I just thought that was interesting. That, and you know, if it's at the store Five Below, it's not going to be more than $5. I can't think who it was, but there's somebody way back when who was building her team, and she cut pictures out of magazines and put her, you know, like she needed 12 people to go to the next level. And she had pictures of 12 women. And when she looked at her paper that she had been looking at and believing, she noticed that the women she recruited even resembled the pictures that she had cut out from magazines. There were long dark-haired women. There were women with short hair. There was a woman who was blonde, a woman with gray hair, you know, all the different things. And they matched up for the most part with her new team that she got. Another one of my consultants one time lost her tape and her notebook of her vision. And she'd been working with that tape for quite a while. She knew it. You know, after a while, you don't even have to listen to your recording because your recording is inside your head. And that's what you want to do. But she had lost it and found it a year or two later. And as she was looking through it, the majority of what she'd been saying and what she had been looking at had come to pass, even though she didn't have those particular tools with her anymore. So it just shows that what you think about, you bring about. Has anybody heard that phrase? It's absolutely true. Now, let's talk about some examples, because sometimes that can be very overwhelming. I have 4 minutes here. The other thing I want to say is this book, The Power of Neuroplasticity by Shad Helmstetter, who also wrote What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. This is a really great book. I think we heard about it at Leadership Conference from somebody on stage, and I ordered it. I know Jessica did, because not very long ago, Jessica said, that book is really good. And I thought, it's sitting on my desk and I have not cracked it open at all. So I started going through it when I was working on this presentation, and matches up. It's great. And it's really easy reading for being very scientific in ways. It's very easy to read and be interested in. Okay, let me give you some examples, and notice my tone of voice. We want to be positive and enthusiastic in our sound as well, because that makes a difference. So one of my dear friends, Lisa Patterson, created this booking script, and I've loved it for years. It was years and years ago. She would say, I love to book. I am a booking machine. I'm looking, I'm cooking, and I'm booking. Everywhere I go, I book. I just can't help myself. When I see a sharp woman, I book her. You can ask anyone who knows me and they will tell you I'm an excellent booker. My date book is jam-packed full of bookings. In fact, I have so many bookings that I share them with my team members. Booking is easy and it is fun, and I love to do it. I'm an excellent booker. You know, that helped her to become a booking machine. And she could rattle that off. She could be half asleep and I could say, Lisa, what's your booking script? And or booking affirmation. And she would rattle that thing off. I'm booking, looking, cooking, and booking. And so you may like something snazzy like that, or you might want something a little more basic. It doesn't really matter. Then I found another one that I thought was great. It was a wow woman affirmation. And the word wow and woman, and we use it's an acronym. We use the first letter of each one. W, I am a winner. Do you see my heart? God loves me, made me, and is on my side. I am a winner at life. O, I'm optimistic. Do you see my smile? I believe great things are happening to me today. W, I am working. Do you see my hands and feet? I am a proud business owner working right here and right now. W, I am a wonderful person. I make everyone I see feel important. Oh, I have outrageous belief. I ask and it is given to me. I seek and I find it. I knock and the door is open to me. I'm a mountain mover. I see my fear. I feel my fear. I walk afraid to the mountain and tell it, move mountain. I'm walking through. I'm accomplishing crazy, amazing things today. God's blessings are chasing me down and overtake me. I am saying no, no, no. I say no to the good and yes to the best. I say no to discouragement and yes to action. I finish everything I start. And then let's see, do I have time for one more? Whoop, I'll do one more. I am physically strong and healthy. I'm full of energy and positive emotions. I hold 2 to 3 parties every week. I'm growing a strong money-making business. I am smiling and asking every woman God puts in my path to spend time with me. Women are drawn to me. It's a joyful time of working effortlessly, but not without effort. I am inspiring women to look and feel more beautiful, make more money, have more confidence, and gain more flexibility with their families. Women are eager to buy my products and to share me and my products with their friends. I am producing 4,000 or more a month in retail sales. So you can get an idea. I wanted to have examples because sometimes you think, I don't know what to say. If you don't know what to say, just use these words. It's fine. They don't have to be your words. They have to be your thing that you probably want to be positive about. And then you can personalize too. You can say, I give myself permission to be myself. I am courageous. I have value. I am worthy of love. I am enough. And so you can, it's not just your business, it's everything in your life. And I want you to really hear that because that makes a difference for you, your family, those you're around, whether it's business or not. The examples that I just read to you are on our Fearless app or website, whatever we call this. And so you can have those to copy. You can print them off and just use those as your affirmation if you want to, or you can use it as your template to figure out what you want to have. So with that, Donna, are we ready to, I could take questions or comments.
Well,
One or two, but it's about time's up.
I'm going to go ahead and open up the rooms and they can discuss it in the rooms. How does that sound?
That sounds perfect.
Okay, so breakout rooms are opening, and then I believe Jana is orchestrating questions in here.
That's
Okay,
right.
the rooms are open.
Ladies, if you have 1 or 2 bookings, you're going to go to bronze. If you have 3 or 4, you're going to go to silver. If you have 5 or more, you're going to gold. Have an awesome time, friends.
Oh, gold, join.
All right. Okay, ladies. So I am super excited to be in here in the room sharing with you tonight. What fabulous training was that? You know what? The Bible says, take captive your thoughts. And if I've learned anything about really myself in the last several years of working my business, it is so important to take captive your thoughts. What you think about, you do bring about. And so I have another little tip for you. If you have negative thoughts going on in your mind, if you have worrisome thoughts, do I have any worriers on here? Do I have anybody that might worry a little bit? You might think a thought and you might think, oh, what is that lady thinking about me? Or, oh, what if this happens? What if, stop. If you're playing the what if game, make it a good juicy one and say, oh my gosh, what if I call her and she says yes? And so, and if you're thinking of if you're a worrier, if you're thinking, oh, my stomach hurts. Oh my goodness, what if that's something terrible? Repeat after me. I want you to say, that's not my story. All right? In Jesus' name, I'm just telling you right now, just because it's a thought that ran across your mind doesn't make it true. Doesn't make it so. That's not God's plan for you. So stop it. Cut it out. He's got better stuff for you. So I want you to start believing God. Okay. And, okay, sorry. I got this out. Look, I clipped out somebody else's. Look, I made myself a national sales director years ago and I laminated this. And look, my monthly check is $49,000. I put my name on there. This has been laminated on my nightstand for a really long time. What are you imagining? So, and there was one other thing that I wanted to tell before I open it up to questions and comments. There's an app called Think Up. You can get it on your phone. I don't pay for it. I am a tightwad and I'll just say that I'm business wise. And so I use the free version of the Think Up app. And so it allows you to record. So you're going to just record, like write down a bunch of things that you want your brain to be hearing every day. And then you can listen to this about as often as you can throughout the day, every day. All right. When you get some stinking thinking, you better press that button. Okay. All right. So let me just push the button for you.
Just like all amazing professional teams, we are building our national area looking for 19 of the best of the best.
This is part of my affirmations, but there's got little music behind it and everything. So it's kind of cool.
I'm a master at launching and building new consultants. I'm a visionary and I consistently build my personal business while others learn. I'm bold, I'm consistent, I'm unapologetic about my successful career. I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, and I'm wise. God's favor and blessings are chasing me down daily.
I think
just like all amazing professionals.
I think it allows you 5. Okay. So there you have it. It's in your voice. And guess what? Your brain, like Linda said, your brain believes whatever you tell it. All right. Ladies, are you ready to get in alignment with God and what He's got for you? One of the biggest gifts that you could ever give God, He's given you a dream in your heart. And one of the gifts that you can give back to Him is believe Him. Believe Him, the faith that you have. If you knew that if you just believed what He put in your heart, don't you think that would be a gift to God? Start affirming it today. All right, ladies, what questions do you have or comments do you have about affirmations? Unmute, raise your hand.
While they're unmuting, I will have to say that I had a tape, back in the old days with the tape that went in, the cassette tape that went in the car. And my kids listened to that tape every time we drove someplace. I mean, we didn't play the radio. I don't know about any music from the 80s because we didn't listen to the radio. We listened to cassette tapes of my affirmations and training tapes. So, and one time I was one that lost my training tape or my affirmation tape. For like a year, I didn't know where it was. And then I had it, I plugged it in, I found it, and it gave me chills because of the number of things that had come true, including the house that we lived in. I had put on there a very tight description of what I wanted my house to look like, what the rooms were going to be like, and where it was and everything. And we had bought the exact house that had been on my affirmation tape a couple of years before. So it does come true. It is excellent.
Yes. And it reminds me of a time when I was having $10,000 paychecks plastered on my computer screen in my dream book. And I've surpassed that a few times. And I know everything that I've achieved in Mary Kay, it was first an affirmation, was first a goal. Every single thing, from a house, like you were saying, Donna, to all the achievements. It's so important to just every single day I'm excited about my affirmations when I get up in the morning.
Awesome. I love that. Did you know that it's biblical? If you believe in the Bible, it says in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 2, it says, "Then the Lord answered me and said, write down the vision clearly upon the tablets so that one can read it readily, for the vision still has its time, presses on to fulfillment, and will not disappoint. If it delays, wait for it. It will surely come. It will not be late." So write down your affirmations, write down your goals, write down your desires, and make pictures for sure. So like this came true. It's coming true because we haven't gone to the football game yet, but I've saved up the money for a football game. So now I'm going to create another goal poster and say affirmations.
Without a vision, you're a victim.
That's right.
And you want to be as specific as possible with all of your affirmations. The amount of money, where you want to be on the, not that you're moving up, but where are you moving up to?
And, are you a powerful leader? Who do you attract? All
we
right.
didn't talk much about the vision booklet or the board, a notebook, but you can look at that every morning and every night before you go to bed to get that in your brain.
Right. I think we probably have that coming up in one of our.
Oh, okay.
I'm guessing. I would think like a vision board or something is probably in our training.
Okay.
I don't know. If it's not, it should be. We should piggyback that somewhere. All right. All right. Who's excited to do their affirmations?
Do you have a good book that gives out some really good affirmations?
Marianne, I like that you're asking that. But you know what? Even if someone that was a scholar and a doctor and then some wrote a book with affirmations, it wouldn't make it applicable to you. So I want you to write down, what are your challenges? What are the challenges that you feel in your heart? What are you hesitating doing? Do you hesitate in booking appointments? Do you hesitate in talking to strangers? Do you hesitate in coaching your appointments? What are you holding back from doing? That's what you should be affirming in the positive. So, Marianne, tell me one thing that you feel like is a challenge for you, and I will help you with an affirmation.
Finding the time to get started. I have so much going on in my life. When I come home from work and I've worked all day, I'm tired. So I don't want to be tired all the time. I want to find the time to not be tired because I have all these ideas, but then I work all day and then I come home and I don't do it.
So Marianne, if I were your sales director, I would probably ask you if you have a break during the workday,
I get to do the announcements
because you're probably less tired during, maybe at a time during the workday. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So could you find 5 minutes to do some of the things that you're thinking about doing? Could you fit something like that in? In my opinion, that will give you momentum. And I know y'all are going to think I'm crazy, but this is what I would do when I got home, Marianne. I would stand up and I would like jump a little bit, say, I'm never tired. I'm never tired. My Mary Kay business energizes me. It makes me feel good. I love to book appointments. I love to talk about Mary Kay when I get home because it energizes me and lets me shake off the day that I had today. I love booking appointments. I love working my Mary Kay business, and I love giving other women choices. That's why I'm going to do this no matter what.
Prick your brain.
Well, I ran downstairs and came back upstairs really quick. So we attended a visioneering class a few weeks ago, and they mentioned a book. So I got the book and I put in there some, the visions that I have. But there's also a few years ago, I want to say it was at career conference or maybe a January Jumpstart, and they gave us affirmations. And so it's an affirmation that's kind of right, training your brain, asking your brain, why are my customers so happy to pass my name onto their friends? And why do my customers appreciate the time and attention I give them? And I have 5 pages of those affirmations that I read every morning to retrain my brain. Love it.
And so, Marianne, that's another thing you could say, why am I so energetic and ready to make phone calls when I get home?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Your brain will go to work finding that. But also, why do I always find time throughout the day to work my business? Because in my opinion, the people that slip it in, there's something about our Mary Kay business that brings us joy. Does that make sense? I used to sell headstones for a living and read obituaries every day. And then I went to selling Mary Kay. That is a stark contrast. I'm not sure what you do all day at work, but if your business brings you joy, then it will energize you for sure.
Okay.
Or, are you going to bed right when you get home?
Oh, no.
What else do you, because if there's other things that you're doing, there's probably some creative avoidance in there. Does that make sense?
There is, but I have to exercise. So I try to work in a walk or exercises, and you have to get your food ready. And so it's a matter of prioritizing my time too.
Yeah.
I would say that too. And I would say, I know I need to exercise, but I'm going to take 15 minutes to do this. And then as a treat, I'm going to get to do this later, whatever that is.
Okay.
So maybe reward yourself for working your Mary Kay business. I know that from personal experience, this last week, I was avoiding doing bookings. And when I wasn't doing them, I felt guilt and irritation with me within. I was irritated with myself because I knew what I needed to be doing, but I was avoiding doing it.
Yes.
So do yourself a favor and follow through on that.
One of the things that helped me is trying to figure out what time of the day that I am most effective. That's my strength area, and really utilize that to be talking to people. And it goes back to busy people who do get the most done. If you look at this company over everybody, the ones who are the busiest, they're the ones who are achieving the most things.
All right. Okay, any other comments or questions? We are going to wrap it up, but before we wrap it up, Judy has a comment, and then I have a challenge for y'all. Judy.
Yes, I find that people project that things are going to take more time than they actually do, or that they think they need a big block of time before they can get started on something and do it. And we were taught the Swiss cheese method, you know, you have that big block of cheese, and when you put a hole in it, the more holes you put in it, then pretty soon it's done. So you can book 1 or 2 people in 5 minutes. You really can.
Yeah.
And so, you know, get that big block of time requirement out of your head, because it is very untrue.
For sure. Absolutely. All right, ladies. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up tonight. What I would like you all to do is I would like you all to get the Think Up app if you can fit it on your phone, if you've got room on your phone to get that Think Up app. If you don't, record. I want you to write your affirmations, write at least 5 to 10 affirmations, positive affirmations that will take you in a positive direction, especially something that you've been hesitant to do in your business. Maybe if bookings isn't your top priority, isn't the first thing that you're doing in the day, maybe you say, I love booking and I always do it before 10 a.m. I always get my appointments. I always call this many people every day of the week. Like my goal is to call 13 people a day, 5 days a week. And so that might be one of my affirmations. Anyway, write down 5 to 10 affirmations and then record them either on the Think Up app or maybe just on your audio on your phone. Everybody has a voice memo on their phone. And so I would encourage you, use your voice memo app, or if you have Voxer, you can use Voxer. Voice memo app definitely works. So you can read that and then you can listen to it several times a day and you can talk along with it. And you know what? You can say your affirmations while you're walking the dog, while you're making your supper. And by the way, what are you all listening to when you're walking, when you're making supper? Are you listening to the Mary Kay, the mobile learning app? Listen to some seminar speeches. It gets you all jacked up and all excited. I don't know about you all, but I think that enthusiasm is contagious. And so make sure you're programming your mind and not listening to the news. And by the way, Zig Ziglar taught me years ago that the news stands for no one ever wins. Okay? That's what the news is. Don't listen to the news. Listen to Mary Kay speeches. Okay? All right, friends. Thank you so much for hopping on tonight. Have a marvelous evening. Great job this week.
I can't close it until the bronze room finishes up. So if you're waiting for me to close it out, then it'll be a little bit.